Welcome back to She's No Ordinary Entrepreneur, the podcast, episode 4. The last episode, I ended on my little cliffhanger, as I do, and we got to the point where I did the money challenge and it went really, really well. It went worldwide. I had people sign up from like America, Dubai. It was really cool. And after that, my manifestation started to dwindle. So what happened is I realized that I could literally manifest whatever I wanted. I already, I always knew that anyway, but over the course of the year, from being in lockdown, selling the salon, and then doing the money challenge, that whole year, I realized like, I actually can. Like, there's actually nothing stopping me apart from me. So I was like, right, in that case, I'm going to ask for more. If money was no object, if nothing mattered, what would I really want my life to look like? And I got really clear on the vision of what my life needed to be for me to feel so fulfilled. And it was a big ask, right? It was a big vision. And actually since then, because that was 5 years ago, since then it's got bigger and bigger because I've got clearer and clearer on exactly what I want, because it's more vague then. It's not changed, it stayed the same, but I've got clearer, more specific, more detailed. Each part of my life, I've just got clearer on it because I've seen so much contrast. So because I asked the universe for more, what started to happen was my life began to crumble even more than it was in the first place. And I'm like, what is going on? Because I've learned these manifestation principles are working. Why now is it starting to fall apart? And for the 5 years after that, up until this point really, my life has just unraveled in a way that has looked chaotic from the outside, but actually I always knew that it was just falling apart for it to fall together so I could bring this vision into fruition. Now, manifestation, the principle behind it is you have to be a vibrational match for the thing that you're asking for. So you have to be on the same energetic frequency as the thing that you want, as the life that you want, or whatever you're manifesting, whatever goal it is. Just like a radio station. So if you're tuning in to, I don't know, Capital Extra, you've got to tune your radio onto the frequency of Capital Extra so you can hear that channel. It's the same with our energy and with, what we're trying to manifest, okay? So this is what needed to happen. So I'd asked for something big and I was completely and utterly nowhere near where I wanted to be. So for me to have the awareness of what needed to change or what I needed to heal, the universe then sends you, so whenever you ask for something, the universe will send you a mirror. It will send you situations to slap you in the face and show you, hello, this is what you're a vibrational match for right now. Is this actually a match for your big vision and for the life that you want? If it's a no, if what you're seeing in a relationship, a friendship, your business, your money, if it's not what you want, that means you are a match for not having what you want. Whatever you see, whatever you draw in, whatever you call in, whatever you manifest, whatever you magnetize, whatever way you want to say it, everything that is coming into your experience and your energy field is literally a match for how you're vibrating. And actually, like, some of the things that I've experienced are very bad. The human mind, like the average human would say, fucking hell, like I don't know why I'm still doing this. The average human would be like, fucking hell, like she is resilient to go through that again and again, or that's now happened, this has now happened, and you're probably watching this thinking the same thing, like, why me, right? Like, give me a break. But when you can change your perspective and see it as, okay, this struggle, this challenge is actually just a mirror, and not make it mean anything about you, so not add to the negativity that is already in your unconscious mind, not add to it, and not absorb it, but use it as that mirror so you can look inwards and ask yourself, okay, how am I a match for this? How have I allowed this into my experience? Not intentionally. I'm not saying that you are, intentionally asking for, I don't know, your stocks to go down £10,000, right? Whatever it may be. I want you to look at yourself and your beliefs and the way you feel about certain situations and go inwards, because your beliefs and the way you feel are driving your behaviors, and the behaviors are what create your results. But also your beliefs and your emotions are what create your frequency and is what you manifest back to you. So for me personally, I've gone on such a journey over the last 5 years, and if you're into astrology, numerology, human design and all of that, which I am, you'll understand what I mean. So I have had a numerology report, I've seen what my karma is and all of that, and my numerology says my karma in this life is relationships. So it absolutely makes sense as to why I've gone through what I've gone through, because I must have been a badass bitch in my past life. I don't know what I did. I don't even want to know, but all I need to know now is that I'm putting it right, okay? So I'm correcting my karma. I'm correcting my soul. We're doing it. We're doing it! Because I want everything. I want all the things that I've been asking for. But even if you feel that's not your karma in this life, it doesn't matter, because actually relationships, they're the clearest mirrors for you. Your business and your money also acts as a mirror, but your money and your business doesn't always slap you in the face like a relationship does. You're constantly dealing with people all of the time. So what's my point here? Basically, the journey I've been on, I've wanted to, 5 years ago, I decided I want to be a coach. I decided I want to travel. I decided I didn't want to be in one place. I wanted to have an online business so I could be free. I decided all of those things, but obviously to be a coach, you have to be secure in yourself, and you have to, you have to know where you end and another person begins. And that's obviously where I wasn't back then. When I asked for that, I wasn't there, and I didn't realise. It's only been, over the last couple of years that I've realised, okay, there is so much more shit that I need to heal and work on. And I'm saying you have to do that. You don't have to do anything. You do whatever you want. You make up the rules. It's your life, right? But for me to get to where I wanted to be with my vision and the type of coach and the type of impact I want to make, I needed to be embodied and show up authentically, as my truest self, without any guards up, without any, fears of judgment and all of that, and just be able to shine and really show myself. And that's what I've been unraveling over the last 5 years. It's taken that long. They say on average, deconditioning takes up to around, on average, 7 years. So, and I've been doing it every single day for the last 5 years. I've worked so hard on myself, and it just, I'm 34 now, so it just goes to show how much conditioning I had actually had in me, and how much everybody else has as well, because we're all living in society here. We all get conditioned from society, from the upbringing that we have, and our parents didn't always have the education available like we do now, because everything's accessible through social media, online, all of that. So we're really, really lucky in this generation to have that. And also there's some people that are watching this now that have experienced some sort of trauma, whether it's big trauma, and everyone, all of us watching, would have experienced some small t trauma as well, which is to do with loss, heartbreak, grief, all of that we may not have known how to deal with properly. And when we don't heal, the emotions get stuck in the body, and then they manifest physically into our external experiences, in the circumstances that are not what we want, or into our physical body as disease. So there's a lot that I've learned, a lot that a lot of things that I am very passionate about, what I do want to share with you is the lessons that I've learned. And the main one being about boundaries, like learning boundaries. And let me define boundaries, what I believe boundaries are. So, a boundary is a type of behavior that you will or will not accept. And this goes for yourselves as well. So, if you are noticing somebody in your life behaving in a way that is not aligned with your values and your core values and who you are as a person and what you want to see in your life, the way you use them as a mirror is go, okay, this is not acceptable. This is not what I want. This is not what I've been asking for. Their behavior is on them, all right? Their behavior is completely on them. You cannot control anything outside of you. You cannot control another person. Of course, you can influence people, but you cannot control them. What we have to do here is not try and fix them, not be in denial of what they're doing. Actually accept the behavior that they're showing you, because the thought creates the emotion, which creates the behavior. So if their behaviors are showing you something, that means that their whole frequency is they are vibing at that level. Their thoughts are thinking that thing, their feelings are thinking that thing, and then their behaviors are manifesting outwardly because of their belief systems. But here's the kicker, right? That's on them. It doesn't mean that you have to allow it in your life, but you do have to forgive what's happened. Because if we don't forgive what they've done, that's not hurting them, it's hurting you, because resentment gets stuck in your body and creates a frequency where you then manifest the same thing as the frequency of resentment. It's a low vibrational emotion, so you're gonna manifest low vibrational experiences that are gonna match to that frequency. And I won't go completely into it now, but every emotion has is measured in different hertz. They're measured in hertz, right? But look, that's the teaching for another day. Come and join my community, message me, DM me, and we'll go from there. So once you've accepted their behavior, that's when you're able to step up a level and be willing to forgive. So anyway, using them as a mirror. So I'm going to give you an example. If somebody has been dishonest with you, and dishonesty is something in your core that you are not aligned with, you're an honest person, you want honesty, it's what you've been asking for. If they are dishonest with you, it doesn't mean that you're being dishonest with other people, although it could. But there's a potential that you're not being honest with yourself. Where have you not been honest with yourself? If you're annoyed with someone because they're not doing what you're asking them to do, or you've asked that team member, or you've asked your man to do something and they're not doing it and you're getting frustrated, where are you not giving yourself what you need? Where are you not doing what you said you were going to do? Where are you not in integrity with your beliefs? So this is how you're going to use other people as a mirror. Another boundary would be where you're giving too much. So you're giving too much of your energy, you're giving too much of your time, you're talking too damn much, you're eating too much, you're working out too much. When you are giving too much, you are not able to receive. Us as humans have been put on this earth to receive. Like, that is the purpose. We're here to create and receive an amazing life. But if you're doing too much and you're giving too much to everybody else, then you're crossing a boundary of yours, because you're not actually fulfilling yourself. You're not actually living your true purpose, because you are overgiving. You're giving your power away when you do too much. You're telling yourself you want to achieve a certain goal, but you're doing all the things that are not in alignment with that goal. People are disrespecting you. They're not hearing you. They're not understanding you. Where are you not listening to yourself? Where are you not understanding yourself fully? Like, are you avoiding your feelings? Are you avoiding listening to what your heart's saying? Are you taking action that you don't even really want to take? Where are you disrespecting yourself? Look, and the reason I'm saying this is because if we want to grow an empire, We want to have freedom. We want all the money and resources for us to do whatever the fuck we want. We need to be internally free. We need to be fully resourced ourselves. We need to reserve our energy. And we need to learn to listen to our own bodies and our own intuition so we're able to create a business, an empire, in the way that your soul has come here to create it. Because there's no one size fits all cookie cutter strategy for business. Business is actually the easy part. Taking the action is the easy part. But the thing is, if you're taking too much action and you're not healing the parts of you that are going to shift your identity and shift you and move you up a timeline so you can be the person you need to be that already has the business type of business that you want. If you're not doing the main work, the energetic work, all you're going to do is take action and continue this cycle of pushing, taking action, giving your power away, doing too much, and you're not going to create the thing that you want. It's supposed to be easy. Things are supposed to flow to you. Opportunities are supposed to flow to you. Money is supposed to flow to you. Resources are supposed to flow to you. And you can only do that if you're opening space in your energy field. And if you're giving your power away, you have no space. So I wrote a post a couple of days ago, actually, and the caption was like, if a man has no boundaries, he doesn't value himself. He is not a high value man and he will not help you to become a millionaire. But really, if you attract a man who doesn't have boundaries, who doesn't respect you or respect himself, and you're witnessing that, why are you a match for that? Why has that come into your experience? Obviously, to teach you something. It's an opportunity for you to grow into the person you need to be to manifest that life. And look, relationships are not easy. I'm not for 1 second saying that they're black and white, because they're not. They are very, very nuanced. And the decision you make with one of your relationships is not going to be the same as what another soul needs to make. You have to tune into your intuition, and you can only do that when you release blocks. When you start releasing the trauma, healing the trauma, releasing energy blockages in your body, you're then a clear channel. Your energy flows in and out through your chakras, how it's supposed to. So then you get the guidance. Then you hear what you need to hear. Then you get clarity. Then you know what action to take. The body is the unconscious mind. The unconscious mind drives 95% of your behaviors. You can only consciously think of 5% of what's actually going on in your brain. Isn't that crazy? So this is what I help people with. I reprogram, I bring to the surface, bring to their awareness the blocks, the beliefs, the belief systems that they've had hardwired into their mind and driving their behaviors. So we reprogram these to focus on what they actually do want instead of what they don't want. And the only reason your mind is programmed to focus on what you don't want is because that's what you've experienced in the past. And your brain does a really good job of protecting you and keeping you in your comfort zone and keeping you safe. That's its job. But we don't want to do that if we want to grow. Anyway, I've touched the surface of what there is to know about mirror work and relationships, showing you where what you're a vibrational match to. If you have any questions, please comment below this video. Please slide into my DMs. Let me know, because it's what I do. The next episode, I'm going to talk about how I manifested my salon in the first place and then grew it to 250k turnover in 3 years. So if you want to know how I did that, click the subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching this far. I just want to tell you where to find me. So go over to Instagram or TikTok or Facebook, but I'm mainly over on Instagram. I'm on LinkedIn now as well. But she's _no_ordinary_entrepreneur. That is my handle for most things. TikTok, it's she's no ordinary. Oh fuck, I always forget this. Or no ordinary, all of that. Ordinary entrepreneur. Do you know what? Just go on TikTok, you'll find me. I trust that you will find me. Honestly, thanks again so much for watching. Mwah, mwah, mwah.